Number one, I'm gonna summarize this video in about 1 minute so I don't waste your time. And number two, this is not a tutorial. So if you're looking for an in-depth tutorial about how to edit faster, I can do that. If I get a lot of positive review for this, just leave in the comment below. This video is gonna be helpful and I'll explain why. So over the past year, I've been having a lot of trouble editing my 4K DJI footage. It's been extremely slow. And the number one complaint, I think, for most people editing video is that they think it takes too long. So most people want to edit faster. That's kind of a universal thing, and myself included. I've been struggling with this, trying to edit faster for the last year, and the last couple months I've come to the point where enough is enough. I need to find a solution. So my solution was to look at different editing softwares and to look at different hardware, whether to go with a laptop or a desktop, and then to look at different editing softwares. I was editing in Premiere Pro with the 2011 MacBook Pro. Now the rendering time was so slow, the 4K footage would often be choppy and I have to wait for it to render, and it'd always be like this, and then it'd take forever to edit. So here's what I found out through all my research and testing with different software. The three biggest software around today are Adobe Premiere Pro, then you have Final Cut Pro by Apple, and then you have DaVinci Resolve by Blackmagic. All three of these softwares are very advanced and very good. So I've tried all three, but the one that I found worked the best with DJI footage, and especially DJI 4K footage, was Final Cut Pro. Now, no, it wasn't my number one choice. It was actually my last choice. But watching my footage go like this and be so choppy and taking forever to edit, Final Cut was the only one that worked smooth without creating any proxy or optimized files. I could just edit it straight into Final Cut and I had no issues. Now let's move to the hardware. I wanted to stay with a laptop because I travel a lot, so I wanted to be portable. And I looked through all the laptops. The thing with the Apple laptops is all of the new Apple laptops have issues of overheating when editing in 4K and some other issues that I'm not gonna go into this video, but you can do the research. And you can see that the older laptops often perform better than the newer Apple laptops. And for the price of that laptop, to me, it just wasn't worth it. And then I looked at PCs. Windows laptops are performing very well and outdoing Apple laptops. Then I looked at desktops and I saw that both Apple and PC perform very well. And the thing about the Apple desktop versus the Apple laptop is that I could change the RAM memory in the back, which I couldn't do with the laptop, which would cost me a lot of money. And since I run on a tight budget, I wanted to get the most bang for my buck and still edit my 4K footage. Apple laptops are sort of out of the equation. I didn't want to get another old laptop. So it was either going with an Apple desktop or going with a Windows laptop. So for the price, I found that a 2017 iMac 27-inch was the best bang for my buck. Now I got it refurbished, which was even better. A lot of people don't like buying refurbished products, but I've bought refurbished products before and I've never had an issue. And I can say I've used this for a few weeks now, and I finally figured out Final Cut Pro from Premiere, and I gotta say that it was definitely worth the change. And I apologize for making this summary a little long, but it's almost done. A lot of you out there may be saying, I can't transfer from Premiere Pro, I love Premiere Pro, which I do too, to Apple Final Cut Pro. But I will say, if you just lock yourself in a room like I did for a weekend and just learn the different tools that you were using with Premiere Pro, it does transfer over to Final Cut Pro. So I finally learned all the shortcuts. I'm now editing 4K footage at the speed of my thought, so it's kind of like that. So you're gonna see a lot more videos on my channel now, which is great. And one last thing to take in consideration is that Final Cut Pro X, you only have to pay for once, whereas Adobe, you have to pay every single month. So I paid $300 for Final Cut Pro, and Adobe, over time, it just becomes so expensive. It also crashes a lot and has certain issues. And if you're editing YouTube videos, you can upload them from Final Cut Pro right to YouTube very quickly. And the rendering exporting time is 5 to 10 times faster, maybe even faster than that. So it's completely changed my editing experience. That's why I wanted to share it with you. If you are interested in me making an entire tutorial series about how I edit in Final Cut and Premiere, I could do that. Just leave it in the comments below. It would take me some time to do it properly, So I don't want to put forth all that effort if you're not interested in it. So if you are, leave a comment below. Thank you guys for giving me your attention. That's the end of the summary for this video. I appreciate your time. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. Now we're gonna get into the unboxing and a little more explanation if you're interested in that. So let me go get that. And the rest of the video is actually right over here. 4K footage with drone footage, DJI footage. It's just getting too difficult. So that's why I decided to get this. The only powerful laptop that I found that's really reliable is a PC. And I've been using a Mac for so long, I didn't want to make that jump. And I got it refurbished. It's definitely an irresponsible purchase for the short term, but for the long term, I think it's really gonna pay off because I can edit a lot more videos very quickly. It's so big, I can barely fit it in frame here. Let me readjust the camera, hold on one second. Alrighty, that's a little better. You at least can see sort of my head. My point of making this video is that 4K footage, if you want to edit it, you really need the right tools. Otherwise, it's going to be just such a hassle. For YouTube videos, speed is really important. It's kind of a no-brainer. I can make more videos, I can make more money, I'm able to get more work and do more. So this is why I got this. This is definitely the largest unboxing. I couldn't even sit down for this one. Man, need like gorilla strength to get this open. There we go. So there's definitely no Apple laptop with this kind of power for this price. I paid $2,200 for this 27-inch iMac. Has a 4.2 gigahertz processor, 512 solid state drive, and I ordered the RAM. That's the main thing. With the Apple laptops, you can't upgrade the RAM. You can, but Apple has to do it for you. With this, I could buy the RAM separately and do it myself. So I upgraded it to 64 gigs of RAM of memory. It has a really strong graphics card, so it's going to really help me out for my videos. I wanted the 21.5 inch, but they didn't have an i7 processor in that size with this kind of power. So, plus the RAM only went up to 32 gigs instead of 64. So that's why I got this guy. Oh man, it's like buying a big screen TV. By the way, I just opened up a t-shirt and merchandise site on my website. If you want to check it out, it's in the description below. You can get this Don't Drink and Drone shirt or the new hats that I have in the link below. All right, let's get back into this. This guy right here. Whoa, this is big. Bought this off the Apple site. It's Apple certified refurbished. And this is my second refurbished computer. My last one, my laptop, still works amazing. It's just, obviously, it's 2011, so it's time for a newer one. This is 2017. It's a little old, but it still has a lot more power than a brand new 2019 iMac for the price. For the same price, I get more bang for my buck buying a refurbished one. I really don't like having really big things all around my room, in my place, but I'm really excited about this screen. 27 inches, sometimes size matters. This is actually a 5K screen. The weird thing is, as I'm opening this up, I kind of wish it was a new laptop, but it's a desktop, so I'm trying to wrap my mind around that. Alrighty, wow. Only time I've edited on a screen like this is when it's one of my friends. Never edited on a screen like this by myself. Never mind YouTube videos, etc. So I'm really excited. My channel is definitely gonna be a lot better because of this. Not that equipment matters so much, but for what I'm doing, for the speed that I want to make videos. I've done so much shooting, and the reason I made this video is because I have done so much shooting and I haven't been able to crank out all the videos that I want to. It's just taken me so long to render and edit with the computer I have with Premiere Pro that now I think I'll be able to do it a lot faster. I'm getting these little things all over me. The thing about 4K footage, it's great only if you can edit it. Just like, it's just another tool. Like, this is just a tool. This is great to have, but if you don't use it, there's really no point of having it. So I'm definitely a fan of making the most of what you have and using it. And on this channel, there's a lot of filmmakers out there like you guys, so I want to make the best possible videos I can, just like you do. If I shot it in 1080, I really being doing a disservice to you guys and myself, and also for the future, everything's going towards 4K. So it's a good way to keep my channel up to date and YouTube and filmmaking and flying drones, every little advantage you can have, why not take advantage of it? So that's why I'm really adamant about shooting in 4K, and getting this is gonna allow me to do that and edit the videos without having to wait, and it slowly renders and it's like choppy and it takes forever to edit, and it's been so frustrating for me for so long. Whoa. I think I should do a thumbnail. I think I should do a picture before it gets dust on it. I'm never gonna see the screen this pristine. People love touching the screen too. I try to not touch my screen because this one especially, I think it doesn't have the matte finish. So anything you touch, it will have that reflection. I don't really like that. And voila, I'm done. These 3 things, all that for these 3 things. So this is my MacBook Pro that I've had since 2011 that I've been using to edit all my YouTube videos in 4K, and often I've been shooting in 1080 and then upsampling to 4K with my Canon camera, but with my drone footage, my DJI footage, I shoot in 4K, and it just takes me forever to edit. So out of curiosity, I'm just gonna hold this keyboard next to my old laptop keyboard. It's basically the same size. I wanna watch it myself. Oh yeah, now it's here. I know it doesn't look that big. Maybe it does, I don't know. But just so you know, this is my iPad, this is my phone, this is a normal size iPad, and you can see the size. The size is huge. My whole point of this video is speed matters for 4K. If you can't edit like you normally do, then only edit in 1080. If you need 4K, you're gonna either have to get a new computer, new software, but make sure they blend together. I went with Apple, so I'm going Final Cut, and I'm going with a desktop. If you go with PC, then you could probably go with a laptop. You go with Premiere Pro, or go with DaVinci Resolve. That's my recommendation. I'm getting tired from standing like this, bent over. If you want the new shirt, have the new shirt. Don't drink and drone, okay? Got the new hats in my t-shirt merchandise store. Just opened up, so if you wanna go check them out, it helps support my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, because I'll be making a lot more videos now that I have this. And give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. And remember, guys, siempre pa'lante, nunca para atrás.